Welcome to my class, student. It's class 7, English Honeycomb. We are doing chapter 4. This is session 1 and the title of the chapter is The Ashes That Made Trees Blossom. See, with the ashes, someone has made tree blossoms. Let's go to the story and see how this magic has happened. So, what is this story? It's a very interesting story and let's start. William Elliot Griffiths. He is the writer, he is the person who has written this story. William Elliot Griffiths, September 17, 1843 is the birth date and February 5th, 1928 is the date when he died. He was an American Orientalist, congregational minister, lecturer and prolific author. Griffiths was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the son of a sea captain and later a coal trader. So, his father was a sea captain and he became a coal trader. So, what was William? William was lecturer, prolific author, congregational minister and American Orientalist. Now, here the story starts. In the good old days of the daimyos, there lived an old couple whose only pet was a little dog. Having no children, they loved it as though it were a baby. Yeah, now even today, those who are not having baby, they have pet. Their dogs are their child. So, this happened there also with the old couple. So their dog, they treated their little dog as their child, as their baby. The old dame made it a cushion of blue crepe and at mealtime Muko. Who is Muko? That little dog. For that was its name, would sit on it as snug as any cat. The kind people fed the pet with tidbits of fish from their own chopsticks. Here we use spoon, there you use chopstick. So their own chopsticks they used to feed that little puppy, little dog. From their own chopsticks and all the boiled rice it wanted. The dog loved to have boiled rice and the old couple loved to serve it to the dog. Thus treated, the dumb creature loved his protectors like a being with a soul. Who was the dumb creature? Dog was the dumb creature. And who are its protectors? The old couple were its protectors. And how did he treat them? He treated them as a being with a soul. Because they considered the dog as their baby. So, it's like a being with a soul. Now, daimyos in 19th century Japan, wealthy landowners. It was the days of the daimyos, right? Snug, comfortable, a being with a soul, like a human child, showing emotion. The dog could understand all the feelings of the old couple. The old couple was also very much understanding to the needs of the little dog. And cushion, see the cushion on which the dog loved to snug like a cat. So here what we are seeing, the old man being a rice farmer went daily with hoe and spade into the fields, working hard from morning until Otentu Sama, as the sun is called, had gone down behind the hills. So the old man, what was his profession? He was a rice farmer and he worked very hard in his rice field. He used to go there in the morning and from morning till sunset he used to work there and with hoe and spade. And every day the dog followed him. See what the sun is called there? Otentu Sama. So you are seeing every day the dog followed him to work, never once harming the white heron. See another living creature. White heron, in the fields you find many birds, and in the fields you find many other species also. So white heron was the bird that always used to walk in the footsteps of the old man to pick up the worms. In the rice field, you find much water is needed in the rice field. So worms are also there. So for white heron, they love to have worms. So they are always there to pick up the worms. See the white heron here. It's a picture. It's a bird. Now, for the old fellow was patient and kind to everything that had life, and often turned up a sword on purpose to give food to the birds. So the old fellow, he was very patient to all the living creature, and he was a very kind-hearted person. So what happened? So whosoever the living creature that comes every day to his life, he was very kind to them. And he often turned up a sword on purpose to give food to the birds. So he had created a turf so that he can give food to the birds. One day the dog came running to him, putting his paws against his legs and motioning with his head to some spot behind. The old man at first thought his pet was only playing and did not mind it. The dog has come and he is just putting his paws against his legs. It was a gesture that the dog wanted to play. So the old man also thought like this. Now word meaning turned up, dug up, on purpose, intentionally, and this is sword. He dug up a grassy patch of land so that it can serve the birds also. Now, but the dog kept on whinnying and running to and fro for some minutes. When dog is running and whinnying for few minutes, that means something the dog wants to say. Then the old man followed the dog a few yards to a place where the animal began a lively scratching. It started scratching the land. Thinking it was possibly a buried bone or a bit of fish, the old man struck his hoe in the earth. When, lo means see, a pile of gold gleamed before him. See what the dog has found. Dog was not excited for a piece of fish or a bit of bone. He was excited because the dog knew how important gold is in human life. So a pile of gold was there, gleamed before him. Now gleamed means shone and glittered. See here, the dog was there. It's a child saying and lively scratching the portion, and with his hoe, when he dug that, he found gold. This is the old man, and that is the dog. Thus, in an hour, the old couple were made rich. Now they are rich now. The good souls, who are the good souls? The old couple bought a piece of land, made a feast for their friends, and gave plentifully to their poor neighbors. Who does this? No one does it. But here, the good souls, they did that. They bought a piece of land, they made a feast, that is a party, they threw a party to their friends and gave plentifully to their poor neighbors. As for the dog, they petted him till they nearly smothered him with kindness. And they started loving the dog, and smothered means just suffocating. The love and the kindness that they were showering on the dog, it was just like to make him suffocated. So now in the same village there lived a wicked old man. Where there is good couple, there are wicked couple also. So wicked old man and his wife, not a bit sensitive and kind, who had always kicked and scolded all dogs whenever any passed their house. They were dog haters. They didn't like dogs. So if any dog would have to pass from their house, they used to kick the dog and scold all the dogs. What happened? Hearing of their neighbor's good luck, they coaxed the dog into their garden. The good luck, who has brought that good luck? The dog has brought. Now the wicked couple thought that dog is very lucky, and that dog has special power to find where the gold is beneath the earth. So they coaxed the dog into the garden and set before him bits of fish and other dainties. All the delicious food they served to the dog, hoping he would find treasure for them. But the dog, being afraid of the cruel pair, would neither eat nor move. Because the dog also knew about the nature of that old couple. So he neither ate nor moved. So what happened? She coaxed me, persuaded, enticed, and dainties, tasty food, and smoothed, suffocated. So, in this story, in this session, till here only, here what we have seen in a village where this story is of the time when daimyos used to live, a very rich landlords. And in this story, we find a good couple who used to treat their little dog as their baby. And one day, the little dog made them rich by finding gold treasure beneath the earth. So, the old couple the old couple just spreaded the news by inviting their friends, by throwing a party, and all the people are happy, and they came to know about the dog's special quality. So one wicked couple was also there. They tried to serve good food to dog, but actually they used to hate dogs, and they thought the dog would also show them treasure that must be hidden beneath the earth. But dog neither moved nor ate. So what happened? In the next session we will do that. Till then, just go through the story. Thank you.